This penguin leaves its habitat every year, taking 2 months to travel a distance of 8,000 kilometers. Why does it do this? Is it searching for something important? Please watch the heartwarming story of the bond between a human and a penguin. Penguins are a type of bird that live in Antarctica and its surrounding areas. They are excellent swimmers, able to move swiftly and efficiently in the water, making them one of the most unique creatures of the Antarctic and an important part of the natural world. One day, a man named Noon, who lived in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, found a small black creature on the beach. When Noon cautiously approached and confirmed what it was, he realized that the little black creature was actually a Magellanic penguin, covered in oil, with tiny eyes moving around like beans. Noon immediately recognized that the penguin was in a critical condition. He carefully took the penguin home and began taking great care of it. He washed the oil off its body, fed it, and treated its wounds. Under Noon's care, the penguin slowly recovered. The penguin, in turn, became very attached to Noon, following him around as though it was showing its gratitude. Noon was charmed by the penguin's cuteness and named it Tantan, continuing to take even better care of it. Every day, he stayed with Tantan at home, helping it relax and taking care of its health by giving it baths and hand-feeding it fish. Noon loved Tantan like his own child and did everything he could to ensure the penguin lived a happy life. Tantan was very calm in front of Noon, and a special and beautiful friendship grew between them. Tantan's adorable appearance attracted the attention of passers-by, and everyone wanted to touch its little head. However, Tantan, who was shy around strangers, cleverly avoided their hands and only allowed Noon to touch it. Occasionally, Tantan became irritable and would bite people with its long beak. But as Tantan grew older, Noon started to think about releasing it back into the wild, where it could return to its companions and swim freely in the sea. When Noon first released Tantan, the smart penguin kept coming back, reluctant to leave. It seemed to know the way home, and every evening, it would appear in the yard, as if it had been playing outside all day and was returning after sunset. This happened several times, but in February 2012, one day, Tantan did not show up in the yard. Noon, feeling very sad, understood that this time Tantan had truly left, and he hoped that Tantan would find its companions and its natural habitat safely. 4 months quickly passed, and it was June in Rio de Janeiro, with the heat so intense that it seemed like everything might melt. One evening, as Noon was returning from a walk and passed through the yard, he heard a familiar voice. Searching for the sound, he discovered that it was Tantan, who had once again appeared in the yard. Tantan had defied its instincts and traveled back to Noon's side, a journey that had taken 2 months. Overcome with emotion at their reunion, Noon ran towards Tantan, calling out its name excitedly, and Tantan responded by acting joyfully in front of him. Although the time they spent together was always short, only a few days, Noon did his best to care for Tantan, and they always enjoyed warm and happy times together. A few days later, it was time for Tantan to set off on its journey back to its habitat. Before they parted, Tantan walked heavily, filled with a sense of loneliness and nostalgia, heading towards the sea. Tantan had to make the difficult 8,000-kilometer journey to return to its companions. Though the time spent together was short, the bond between Noon and Tantan was incredibly strong, and their time together deepened their friendship. No matter how far apart they were, Tantan would always swim the 8,000 kilometers over 2 months to return to Noon's side. No one knows the challenges Tantan might face along the way, but the belief that it continues to make this journey year after year must be connected to the fact that the old man once saved its life. Animals, too, have rich emotions, and this penguin holds deep feelings of gratitude towards the man who helped it. Even though Tantan was returned to nature, it always came back to express its thanks. May each of us, like Tantan, hold a pure heart that cherishes those around us. This concludes the video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. See you again soon!